surfers, both the most dangerous and most exhilarating wave in America, a handful of surfers challenge this violent swell, hurling themselves 20 feet skyward before being slammed into just 3 feet of water. Sounds like a plan to me, and here's how they do it. You know, great body surfing begins with great waves like these off California's Newport Beach. Swells that periodically form into what the surfers call radicals. They call this place the Wedge because when the swells are up, that rock jetty does a remarkable thing to shape these waves.
If you draw a jetty along here like this, what happens is when the wave comes down the jetty, perfectly perpendicular to it on a south swell, because it faces due south, it begins to wash back off at an oblique angle. As it washes off at an oblique angle and meets the next wave that's coming in, it forms this large energy mass here, which is essentially the shape of a wedge, and it actually comes to a peak like this, where the barrel starts here and the tube breaks on down like that. In the continental United States, where you can get here by taxi cab, this is the best body surfing wave on earth.
It's a combination of raw power and pure respect that has drawn an unlikely crowd of wedge disciples. Mel Thoman, for example, has a BA from USC, but he chooses to stock grocery shelves at night so the waves have him all day long. He even records a daily wave report for others, like Tom Kennedy, who runs an insurance agency but still calls Mel 2 or 3 times every day. And he keeps his swimsuit and fins in the car. When the waves are up, business is down. Fred Simpson's been around the wedge for 30 years. He even turned it into a living, designing and manufacturing a special swim fin that creates a burst of speed perfect for catching waves. And that's where it all begins, catching the waves. How? The takeoff is critical. Get a late start and you'll slide right off the back, missing the ride. Take off too early and you'll find yourself first hurtling through the air, followed by a 20-foot wall of bone-crushing water landing on your back. But with the perfectly timed takeoff, the surfer is at one with the wave.
We ride the wedge by taking off, first of all, in a horizontal position. If you take off straight, you're going to get axed by the lip of the wave. You will not survive your day at the beach if that's the way you body surf here at the wedge. Because remember, you have that large peak behind you that is just broke. As you're progressing down the wave, it will start to naturally pull you down. Gravity will pull you down the wave.
Sliding down the wave. For most of us, that would be quite enough. But for the veterans here, as gravity's pull kicks in, it's their time to really surf.
Wide hand plane, like out here, you can lift your whole body out of the water almost. And then you can do combos anything.
This is when it's time to do your tricks. Spinners, dolphins, helicopters. You can ride on your back, which I like to do. But typically, you want to beeline for the far side of the beach.
We hope you know that surfing here is very dangerous. In fact, body surfing anywhere is often dangerous, even in very small waves, because of the potential for back and neck injuries.
I've had broken collarbones, broken wrists. Thank God I haven't had a broken neck. There's plenty of that out here.
Every season, the wedge claims its victims. This is 17-year-old Dustin Crawl. He broke his neck out here 3 weeks earlier. Lived to tell about it.
I dropped in on about a 4-foot wave, and it sucked up, and I was at the top, and I went straight down and hit my head on the bottom, broke my neck.
Body surfing at the wedge, that's how they do it. And with the price they pay, the question is not how, but why.
It's not thrill-seeking for thrill's sake. It's getting at one with a gigantic piece of nature, and you're pushing yourself to your limits. You're conquering your own fear. Thrills be damned.